Welcome everybody to Comic Hero. It is April 24th, 2019. New comic book day. Best day of the week. So this week was light, but on the plus side, I've been so busy with finals and homework and all the projects, I didn't get to do a video for last week. So I'm gonna show what I picked up for last week, and then I'll do this week. So if you're not interested with last week's books, just go to this timestamp right there, and it should be this week's books. Alright guys, before we get started, I gotta remind you, follow me on Instagram if you want to see more details on these books. I usually show the inside of it, and yeah, it's a great way to communicate with me about books coming out, and it's a nice place, good community there, comic book community. Okay, so let's start with April 17, 2019, new comic book day. Like I mentioned, been busy with school, so I haven't read all these books. So if it's not taped, it means I haven't read it. So let's start with Marvel. I got War of the Realms, War Scrolls. Have not read it. Hear good things about it. I wasn't able to get that variant cover. I've been looking for it, but haven't read it yet. Thor number 12. To the War of the Realms. Have not read it either. We got The Punisher number 1. War of the Realms. Have not read that one either. And I got War of the Realms number 2. Again, have not read that one. Planning to read them tonight or when I get a chance. But basically I read the books that are most interesting to me, and right now War of the Realms is it's one of those books. So I will get to them. I will post my reviews on Instagram. Okay, so let's keep going. Got Spider-Man, City of War, number 2. Good book. I really enjoyed that one. It has Miles Morales, pretty much all about Miles Morales. So if you're a big Miles Morales fan, get that book. It's Amazing Spider-Man 19 HU. Was not a big fan of this book until I read this week's Spider-Man. So I said a lot of bad things on Instagram about it, but now that I read this week's, it's pretty good. Here's one of my favorite reads of last week. Is Star Wars TIE Fighter number 1. Love that book. Love TIE Fighters, love Star Wars, and this is one of those books where the Empire soldiers are doubting if they're fighting for the right side. So it's a good book. Go these real quick. I got Guardians of the Galaxy number 4. Interesting book. Definitely check this book out. You have somebody's death at the end, so who knows if that person's gonna stay dead or not. But nobody stays dead in these comics, so. Avengers No Road Home number 10. Was not a big fan of this book, not gonna lie. I loved the whole series from 1 through 9, and the ending was just blah. Like I was expecting a very amazing ending, but it's not bad. The whole series was good. It's just the ending. It was not, for me. It wasn't. It's alright. I don't know. Major X number 2. Alright guys. I don't even know how to get started with this one. I literally read this book 3 times from cover to cover, and I did not understand one thing that's going on. I understand there's the Atlanteans, Cable and Major X go back, and they go, like I said, I don't even know where to start. It's a good book, has a lot of action. If you're into that 90s action, check that book out. But still like it. I'm still probably gonna get number 3, but I did not understand what happened in this book whatsoever. I got Spider-Man Life Stories, the 70s. Loving this series too. I wish they did more of the 60s, but it went straight to the 70s. You get to see what happened. I think you got an appearance of the Black Goblin, so that's interesting. And that's about it for Marvel. For DC Comics, I got Aquaman 47. This was the last book of the Name of the God series, so that was interesting. You get Aquaman, he gets branded at the end, so who knows if that will come along in the future. Naomi number 4. I know everybody got this one. Man, was that hard to get for cover price as well. Good book. didn't get her powers, but you learn more about her, what's going on, where she came from, sort of. So, last book from DC. We got the Legion of Doom, or Justice League 22. Full first appearance, full form of Perpetua. You get to see the insights of more about Anti-Monitor, Monitor, and the World Forger. So it's an interesting book. If you're not reading Justice League, read it. I was not a big fan. Like, I think the first 5 issues I hated it, and then I heard bad reviews, so I stopped getting them. But Snyder and who wrote this one again? Tinian the Fourth are picking it up. It's getting really exciting, so definitely pick up Justice League right now. Who knows what's gonna happen? Okay, that's it for last week's books. Let's just start with this week's. So let's start with Independence. This was an old book, but it finally arrived. The Source, number 3. Very good series. You should definitely check it out if you haven't. I don't buy them from eBay, and my stores don't pick it up. I just go straight to Scout Comics, and you get them pretty cheap. As long as you buy a lot of books, make the shipping worth it. It's definitely better to get it from Scout Comics if you don't get it, if your shop doesn't get it, because those eBay prices are just insane. So I got 2 of those. I've been hearing nothing but good things about this book, and I haven't been able to find it, but today there was a second printing, so I picked it up. Dark Red number 1. Love the book. Check out my review on Instagram. Don't be like me. Jump on this book before it gets too late. So you got number 1 and number 2 that just came out today. Still good. Still very interesting. Go to Marvel Comics now. I got Dr. Alfra. I'm not reading these books. I got this one because it's a cover buy. I love this. I think I got like 3 weeks ago. I got the Princess Leia one. If you check that video out, also amazing cover. So I had to get it. So I got Star Wars, Galaxy Edge. This is just a book for the promotion for the Disneyland park that's opening. But this book was really good. I enjoyed it. I came in it with low expectations, and I ended up loving it. You got this first appearance of this character, Doc Onar. He's basically the guy you go to if you need anything, and this issue just revolves around him hiring Han Solo to get him a Sarlacc. So if you know Star Wars, you know what that is. So it's an interesting story. It's fun to read, and then at the end, it leaves it at a cliffhanger. Basically, this series is gonna answer a lot of answers that happen in The Force Awakens. So check this book out. It seems interesting, and by the previews for the next issue, it looks like it's gonna pick up. We got Thanos, number 1. Interesting story how he and Gamora met. You kind of get to see why he let her live in some ways, the real reason. I like how they told everybody writes Thanos different, and I like how he's written in this one. You got The Amazing Spider-Man, number 20. Great book. I've been saying it since the Hunted series started. Don't miss out. Start reading it. It's really good. Either have it in your pull list or try to get them. The Hunted series is really worth it. And in this issue, you get to learn Kraven's true intentions. So, interesting. I got Hulkaring's number 3, or part 3. Was not a big fan of this, not gonna lie. I love all 3 of these characters. I was hoping for a very good story. It started slow. The middle one was slow. So I had my high hopes. I was like, this is gonna end it. Gonna be great. It was a letdown. Not gonna lie, but still got it. I wouldn't recommend it. Doctor Strange, number 13. Love this book. Read this book and you're gonna understand that whole helmet in him. It's very interesting what's happening, what Doctor Strange has to do to protect innocence, and also causing him to be a destructor in some way. It's very well, okay. I'll just say it right now. He becomes the herald of Galactus, but read it to find out why and why he's doing it. So here we have Venom number 13 with that amazing variant cover. Was not expecting this. My local comic book shop said he saved me one. I was like, yep, I'll take it. And I got the original. So good story. Venom suit's gone, but Eddie gets his hands on a new suit from a Stone. Very good. I know a lot of people didn't get it because Donny Cates didn't write it, but jump on this. It's very interesting. It's gonna be good. It looks good. Like how this started, I have high hopes for the next 3 issues that it's being written for this War of the Realms. So that one's good. And I missed this one for Independence. Spawn 296. And it says it right there in the cover. It's the history of Spawn. So if you don't know that much about Spawn, this and the next issue I think are pretty good to catch you up on what's going on. So give it a read, especially with the 300 coming up. So that's a good book. From DC, I only got 2 books. I got Detective Comics 1002. Gonna look for another one tomorrow. The great story. You get the first, well, not first appearance, but you actually get to see the Arkham Knight finally in there, moving around, talking. And it's a tense book. I love this book. It had me at the edge of my seat the whole time. Can't wait for the next issue. I hate it and I love it. I hate it because it's so damn good. I want to know what's going on, and it sucks that I had to wait 2 weeks to find out who the Arkham Knight is. So read that book. And here's Heroes in Crisis number 8. Why, Tom King? Why? I've been defending this book since issue 1, and I was like, it's gonna get good, it's gonna get good, it's gonna get good. And this book revealed all the questions we were looking for. And I'm gonna open up, so if you don't want to see the inside, don't watch. Just close your eyes and cover your ears for a couple seconds. So we find out who did what happened with the killing and everything. And man, I should make a whole video about this book. I'm just so angry. So if you guys don't know yet, it was Wally West. He was the one who caused the whole massacre, and it was an accident, but he did it. And he couldn't live with the fact that he was so traumatized, and he was the only one because he didn't know who else was there. So those files that got to Lois Lane, he was the one that gave it to her. He put them all together, and he saw them, and he got more traumatized by it, and he lost control. And he ran out of the asylums that set an alarm, and everybody, all his friends, came out there to go see if he was alright. And he lost control, and there it is. Everybody died. So out of fear and everything, he ran around, moved the bodies, made it look like it was a murder, like a massacre. And he realized there was 2 people inside the asylum that didn't get out of the virtual reality rooms, which was Harley Quinn and Blue Beetle. So he put them back into the room so fast that they didn't even notice, and he set the room to see each other killing Wally West. So that's why the whole time they've been thinking they killed each other, because that's what they saw in the virtual reality. So I don't know. This book is just, there's so much. Like I said, I can make a whole book on a whole video on this book alone. I didn't like it. I didn't like the reason it happened. It's just, I don't know. He literally made Wally West a bad guy. Like, I know a lot of people love Wally West, but if you read this, there's no way you're gonna say, yeah, he's a good guy. Like, no, he's totally bad in this. So yeah, that's on that book. But definitely check it out. Be angry with me. Be angry with a lot of people. I don't know how Tom King got this approved. And he's not the only one that read it, so the editors approved this. So okay, so my picks of the week. Definitely go get yourself Batman Detective Comics 1002. Dark Red number 2. Star Wars Galaxy Edge. Like I said, it's a fun book, but it looks interesting, where it's going to lead to, so you don't want to miss that out. Amazing Spider-Man Venom, definitely must read. Go get yourself 2 copies of that. And New Costume's amazing. And even though I hate it, like I said, Heroes in Crisis. If a book can get me this riled up and get me to talk this much, it's worth a read. So, check that out. Okay, so before I go, I want to let you guys know about the facsimile editions that are about to come out. New Mutants 98 and X-Men #1. I usually don't recommend these. Like, I didn't recommend the last one that came out, the Spider-Man one. But when it's like these, like the Hulk 181s that are really rare, I usually recommend getting them because if you want to read them, it's nice having these. Like, you can have your good copy and still have this copy so you can read. Or just hold it as a collection, have it framed up. It's always nice to have. And they're on Midtown Comics right now, and you can get them for the 30% discount, buying early. So I got myself some today. I think I got 2 of each, just to make sure that I had some. I don't know about the value. I don't know if Hulk 181 went up a lot from when it came out, the facsimile edition. But they're nice to have, so make sure you go check out Midtown Comics or go ask your comic book shop if they're getting them. And that's it for this week, guys, and I hope you have a happy hunting, get the books that you're looking for, and I should see you next week. Bye.